As we're creating value for our target audience, one of the most important things that we do as we're developing our solutions is we need to make sure that we fully understand what it is that our target audience is looking for, what is the end result that they want to get out of our solution, and we need to make sure that our solution actually provides those results. That is what is going to determine whether our products are successful or not. And there's a very important tool that's extremely simple and very easy to use, which does exactly that. It's called Critical to Quality, otherwise known as CTQ. Now, what a CTQ does is it helps us identify what exactly is it that our target audience needs to see in our solution in order for them to purchase from us. Now, that's vital. That's essential. We need to make sure that we are providing in our solutions what the target audience is actually looking to buy instead of what we want to put into that solution. I see so many times at local small businesses that they'll be creating products and solutions and product lines, and they design them with what the owner wants, but they completely lose track of what the paying customer wants. So this is a tool that helps you alleviate that issue. So let's take a look really quick. So here is our Succeed model. We have our target value in the center. We have our action, which is going to be our strengths, our weaknesses, our opportunities, and our threats. And now what we need to do is we need to take our strengths and create value for our target market in the means of a solution, right? But we need to make sure that every single thing we do is in line with our target. Remember, this is all target value focused. So everything that we do in business, we got to make sure we're providing value for the target. So how exactly do we use this CTQ? Okay, so here you see a little chart with three distinct columns: benefit, feature, measure. And it's really simple. Under the benefit column, benefits are the end results that your target market wants. So for example, if someone is going out to eat, what is that end result that they're looking for? Well, the end result could be they just don't feel like cooking. The end result could be they really like the food at that restaurant. The end result could be, hey, I just want a fun place to hang out with my friends. Very different segments, very different end results. But the key is to identify what the various end results are, which are why consumers are actually going to your business. This helps you make sure that your business is customer focused and not you focused. So you want to make a list of all the different benefits that you think your target audience needs in order to do business with you. Well, here's the good news, is you actually already did this under your target section. When you created segments and you listed the why does each segment want to use your solution? Why is each segment choosing you over the competition? Well, that's your benefits. That is what the target market is looking for. So we're simply taking that why from the different segments, and now we're putting them in the benefit column. All right, so that's first step number one. Now what we need to do is we need to say, okay, now that we have our different benefits that our target audience needs identified, what features within the product do I need to create? What features in the product do I need to create? And I'm going to show you some examples in a moment so you see where we're getting at. So with the difference between benefits and features, let's say, for example, let's say my cell phone has a 20 megapixel camera, all right? That's what we call a feature, right? It's a technical element that is part of the solution. A 20 megapixel camera. That is a type of technology within the cell phone. But what is the end benefit? Crystal clear images that I can take on my cell phone. Long distance focused shooting that I can do on my cell phone. Bright, vibrant colors that I can take with the pictures on my cell phone. All right, those are benefits. So benefits are the end result, taking high quality pictures. Features are the technological elements that I need to insert into my solution in order for those benefits to come to life, to be realized. All right. And then the final thing I need to do is I need to measure how can I be sure that I am truly providing the target audience exactly what they want. I need a type of measure that has metrics and a feedback loop. So I know for a fact that what I'm providing my target audience is indeed what they're looking for. All right? It's as simple as that. That is a CTQ. Now, we can make this as simple as you want. You can make this as complicated as you want. If you're an engineer for BMW, this is going to be extravagant. If you're a local mom and pop restaurant or a retail or a local small business, this can be very, very simplistic. You can make this as simplistic or dynamic and extensive as you need for your business. All right, let me show you a couple of examples. So the first example, let's say you own a restaurant, and the benefit is quick wait time for food. Quick wait time for food. So you know that you want to go to this restaurant, you want to be seated immediately, you want to sit down, place your order, and you know it's not going to take forever for the food to come out. This is a place you want to go to where you're really hungry or you don't have a lot of time, you want that food to come out. That is the benefit. So if this is the type of restaurant that you are, and these are the segments that you're serving, what do you need to ensure? You need to ensure that the food is coming out quick. So what features do I need to insert into my restaurant, the technical side of the restaurant? What needs to occur in the restaurant in order for that low wait time for the food to occur? Well, and I just used a couple examples. Number of servers. If you do not have a lot of servers staffed and the servers are overworked, it's obviously going to take longer for the food to come out. It's going to take longer for the server to take your order. It's going to take longer for the server to put the order in, and it's going to take longer for the server to actually take the food to your table. All right. Number of cooks, same exact concept. If there are too few cooks, then the kitchen's going to get overwhelmed. You need to have adequate number of cooks to make sure that flow goes smoothly. All right. There are other things you can include as far as restaurant design, restaurant flow, the type of equipment that you have in the kitchen. You know, you can have an endless number of features to make this happen. But it's just a quick, easy example just to show you how to use this. Measure. Well, how can we measure to ensure that what we're doing is in line with what the target wants? This one's pretty simple. Time from seated to serve. So the second that someone seats at the table to the moment that the food actually comes out and is served to them, that can be a measure. So you can, maybe it's 5 minutes, maybe it's 10 minutes, maybe it's 25 minutes. That is something that you can actually measure. And I'm sure there are apps for servers that they can log in exactly when the person has seated, right when they took the order, to when the food actually came out. Now you can use other measures too. You can do surveys, you can do customer satisfactions. I'm just giving you a quick example. So, benefit. What is the end result that the target audience needs to have in order to have a high quality experience? Well, they need a quick wait time for their food to come out. You as the business owner, how are you going to ensure that? You're going to ensure that you're properly staffed with your wait staff as well as your cooks in the back. How are you going to measure to ensure that food is coming out at an adequate time? Well, you're going to measure the time that it takes after someone's order is taken when they're seated to when the food actually comes out. All right, so that's just one example. I hope that gives you an idea of how to use this. Let me give you another example. Same thing, going to be a restaurant example, except the target audience wants an upbeat ambiance. They want an upbeat ambiance. So what are some features that I can include into my restaurant to meet that upbeat ambiance? Well, number one is I could have acoustic music. I could have live entertainment. I could have lighting and TVs in the background. Those are some things I could add. I could have an upbeat staff. But again, you see what we're doing. We're not just saying, hey, listen, I need to throw all these things into my restaurant. We're saying, okay, who is the target audience that I want to serve? What do they need in order to spend money at my establishment, and how can I best ensure that I fulfill that? All right. So benefits, what do they need? Upbeat ambiance. Features, how can I make that happen? I'm going to do acoustic music. I'm going to make sure I have an upbeat staff. Measures, how am I going to measure success? How am I going to measure that I'm actually fulfilling the quality that the target audience is looking for? Well, number one, I could possibly look at how many people actually show up to the restaurant every night. If numbers are going up, I know I'm doing good. If numbers are going down, I know that I'm not doing good. And we know the restaurant industry can be seasonal. So based on different seasons in the previous year, I can look at number of people that show up. Another thing I can do is I can do consumer surveys. I'm sure you've seen it all the time where if you fill out a quick survey, they'll give you a free appetizer, or they'll give you half off an entree. Or you can go download an app at a restaurant. They'll ask you a couple of quick questions and then you get bonus points. All right? These are what we call feedback loops. You guys have all experienced them when you've been to a restaurant. This is an example. All right, so I showed you 2 examples from a restaurant. Now let's get on the more technical side. Let's say you're Tesla. And let's say the benefit that Tesla, a segment that they're going after, needs is they need to be able to go on long road trips with your electric car. You know, that's one of the downsides of electric cars right now is they're great for local distances, but what do you do if you need to go on a road trip? So how do we solve that problem for this target? Well, again, features, very, very simple. Battery life, how can we, are there ways to increase the battery life so you can get more miles out of the battery? Is there a way to actually increase more charging stations? You know, it's been openly said that this is the main reason why Tesla has not hit the mainstream, or why electric cars have not hit the mainstream yet, is because there's a gas station at every corner, but there's not an electric charging booth for your cars at every corner. Gas, it takes, 5 minutes to actually pump and fill up your tank, if that. But for EVs, it could take 15 to 30 minutes. So those are some issues and some features that need to be developed in order for this segment who needs to have a vehicle for long road trips feel comfortable to buy a Tesla or an electric vehicle. All right. So what measures can we put in place? Well, you can do miles per charge. You can do number of charging stations. You can do charging time, how long it actually takes once the charge starts to when it's completely finished. So that, I gave you a couple of examples, and I hope this helps you understand like what a powerful tool this is. So we need to make sure that the solutions that we create are consumer-centric. How do we do that? What benefits or what end results does our target audience need in order to make a purchase from us? What features do we need to incorporate into our solutions to ensure these benefits are met? And then what measures are we going to put in place so that we can measure the quality and ensure that we're delivering on the quality that our target audience desires? All right, guys, that is a CTQ. I'll see you in the next video.